topic of the day. So NBA is here. Shout out to the HOA. It's funny that the HOA is here, and we gotta talk about NBA. We're gonna talk about Joyless Butler. And I know you're probably like, what do you mean by that? I got a clip right now. So right after the Miami Heat take another loss, Jimmy Butler had some interesting things to say in this post game.
I want to see happen. I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball, and wherever that may be, we'll find out here pretty soon. But I want to get my joy back. I'm happy here, off the court, but I want to be back to somewhat dominant. I want to hoop, and I want to help this team win. Right now, I'm not doing that.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
So he didn't really allude to a trade. Well, he didn't say the words verbatim, but he kind of alluded to it. Carl, what's your reaction to that?
I don't care. That's my reaction. I promise you. Jimmy Butler is my favorite. Not my favorite. Is one of my favorite players. Excuse me. My favorite is Damian Lillard. One of my favorite players in the league. But like this again, come on, man. This is the second year in a row. Like I just don't care. Like at this point, trade him or not, I don't care. But like let's stop making the news. And I think it's around the same time as last year. Now, granted, it wasn't to this level, like him basically asking for a trade, but like, bruh, is 1 minute he's happy, the next minute he's not. 1 minute he's cool with being the villain, now he want to go play somewhere else. I like at this point, just do it or don't. At this point, like I just genuinely don't care anymore. That's honestly my reaction. Should they do it? Honestly, yes, I think so. Because if he don't want to come back, I think this is last year. I'm not sure, but I think this is last year. This is last year. If he don't want to come back, then you rather get something for him than let him walk. But they already said they're not doing it. So you complaining not going to change nothing. So just in conclusion, do it or not, I do not care.
I can't agree with you more. This is one of those situations where here we go. It's kind of like here we go again. We thought you found a situation that was going to make you happy because it's almost, I don't want to say it's similar to what happened with the Timberwolves because I think he just got tired of ownership at that point. I think with the 76ers, it was just like, are you all going to bring me back on that? And if Dave was here, he can probably correct me on this one. I think that's kind of what happened with Miami is you're not getting me no help. And I don't think you all are trying to pay me that extension. I think you got a $55 million like player option. I think it's a player option. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chat.
Because I'm not.
But yeah, if it's a player option, then I can definitely see why he's saying the joy is not there. He's like, look, man, I done took this team to the finals. You don't give me no help, and you still not trying to pay me. All right, it's not fun anymore. But also the roller coaster of emotions I can see from the front office, like you said, is like, well, you didn't want to be here. You said you want to be the villain. Which one is it? Do you want to stay or do you want to go? So I'm also mad at how he went about it.
$52 million player option.
There we go.
52 million play option. So he was close. He was basically there.
All right, cool. So it was a player option. So that right there is like, well, what are you all going to do? Because I have the option, and they're not going to do it. So if the Miami Heat give him the $52 million, who they going to bring in? Because they acting like the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to cap space. They're like, well, if we don't got no money because we paid you, how are we going to do this? So, Jimmy, I hope they do trade you for your sake. And in Miami, I hope you trade him somewhere where you can get some valuable pieces back. Because if you just trade Jimmy Butler off to a team where he wants to be and you get nothing back in return, then you both are kind of like, nah. So for me, I want to ask you this, Carl. What would be a potentially good spot for him to go?
See, that's the thing. Because a good spot for me, for him to fit, would be Golden State. Now, what can they get back from Golden State? That's the tricky part. But ultimately, I think him and Golden State, even him in Milwaukee, would be two good destinations. I just don't know what he can get in return. I mean, the Heat would get in return from those destinations.
That's the tough part. Yeah, because right now they're sitting at the 6th seed, and the East is kind of tight from, let's say, from 5th on down. I mean, well, from 5th all the way up until you get to Toronto. And the team that they can get probably draft capital from would be a team like the Wizards, but the Wizards are not going to pick up that contract because they're not going nowhere fast.
Terrible spot for him. Sorry, Tomo. You know we HOA, but
Oh, I know, but what I'm saying is, as far as what you would want to get back, you would want to get back some draft capital at this point. Because players, this can come too far fetched. What type of players you gonna get back? Because if you,
not laughing at you, bro. Joe
I
just
was
broke
trying
some
to,
news.
okay, but I was trying to stay away from that, J-Mo. I wasn't trying to bring that up.
Oh, I didn't even peep. I swear that's not why I laughed. I laughed because it is.
Okay, so what Joe say? Jimmy Butler has been suspended for 7 games for multiple instances of conduct detrimental to the team over the course of the season, particularly last several weeks. He got suspended because of that post game conference. That's what it
Did what
was.
you just played. That
Yeah,
clip.
that's exactly why he got suspended for several games. But where I was going with it was, as far as like draft capital, that's one of the things you want to get back for a player that's what, he's 35 now. He's basically on the, some would say he has his prime past him.
He's definitely past his prime.
So it's not like you're gonna get back a prime player for that. Like I mean, LA already made their deal with the Nets, so you probably could have swindled the Lakers out of something for Jimmy Butler, maybe. But like I said, the teams that are down at the bottom, you don't want to send them there because all it's going to do is be a contract buyout. Then again, a team like the Wizards, well, they rebuilding, so they wouldn't do that. I don't know. Sacramento might be a good play.
I don't know if I like Sacramento either. Him and DeRozan the same player.
It depends on, you send DeRozan to Miami.
I don't think they're gonna do that. They just extended him 3 years. I mean, I now get granted. Yes, it's the same organization that just extended the coach and fired him in the same year. Yes, I get it, but the player's a little different.
They might. They say, "Oh, Joe out here." Okay, Joe out here pulling a Davis Shelf, and Miami Heat are actively looking for trades for him. Well, I think. What about the Rockets?
Rockets cool. I think the Rockets is cool. I don't know who they give up though. Would they give up you can't give up a Jalen Green. Because he's young. That's what I see. Joe agree with me on Golden State, and I do like JMO. JMO brought up Memphis. I do like Memphis actually. I think Memphis is a really good fit for Brett. But do they give up them young pieces? Do they give up maybe a Jake LaRavia, a Santi Aldama, Marcus Smart, something? I don't know. Well, Marcus Smart not really young, but I don't know who they. That's the tricky part in this for me is what the Heat gets back. Like I said, my pick would be Golden State too. It's just, I don't know what they get back.
I think you tag a young player with an expiring contract and maybe a draft pick. That might be their best bet if you go to one of those teams like Golden State or maybe what was it, Memphis?
Marcus Smart. Memphis. I said even Milwaukee. I wouldn't even be mad at Milwaukee.
Who Milwaukee gonna give up though? I like their core right now. I mean, even though they haven't been winning games, they found a way to win the in-season tournament. And then you pair him with, that would be a nasty big three. That would be though. Him, Giannis, and Dame.
Yeah, I like that. You don't get Drew Holiday.
I don't see Pat Riley doing that though.
In Jimmy because Jimmy's older, but you basically receive Drew Holiday kind of back with less shooting because Drew Holiday is a way better 3-point shooter in my opinion than Jimmy. But you get the defense, the perimeter defense with Jimmy. J-Mo said I was thinking about it too. But Chris Middleton, I don't know if they want Chris Middleton because the injury history, man probably been out more games than he played. That's the only issue with that one.
They better off getting Bradley Beal. You doing that? You better off getting Bradley Beal. At least you're gonna have some instance of trying to sell some tickets or Bobby Portis.
I don't know if Milwaukee give up Bobby Portis though. I do like that for Miami, but it's just will Milwaukee get that up? Maybe for Jimmy because they feel like they can get a ring with that.
And he don't have a no trade clause, so that's cool too. I mean, honestly, they could send him anywhere they want. Kuminga for Jimmy, I don't see Golden State
giving up Kuminga.
Now, if you could find a way to put Draymond in the deal,
I don't see Golden State giving that up either because then there's like no point in giving up going for Jimmy if you're going to break up Steph and Draymond.
I mean, they done already broke up Steph and Clay. I'm with you, Ty. You see him trying to go out west. I'm naming a lot of teams out west. They keep going back east with it. I really see it's going to be a shocker, but I see it probably happening because of the suspension. They like, all right, and Joe said it, they actively looking for trades. I'm going to say the Kings are on my radar. Now that you said the Warriors, I'm going to agree with you on that one. I probably see Minnesota randomly making a phone call, and I'm going to stick with Houston. Those are my 4 teams.
I like Minnesota. Minnesota, I think, is a very good destination, and I think they got pieces they can give up. I like Minnesota.
hopefully that front office can whatever
That's a
they
good
went
one,
through
son.
the first time the first go round. I guess it was Cat maybe when he was there. He probably just didn't like.
Nah, they just. I guess Jimmy probably rubbed people the wrong way, and like you said, they weren't going to pay Jimmy, which was crazy to me. So got his way
It's,
up out of there.
it's either that or he get bought out. Wherever he goes, he gonna get bought out. And then he can pick where his own destination. This is big. Well, send him to Utah. It's not like get him out of here.
Stop it.
Now you better relax before the Pacers make a phone call. Then now he on your team. What I'm saying. Now we go from one. Oh, they like navy and yellow, so I'm gonna just say we gonna go to black and yellow. We gonna go to the AFC North. Hold up, you from Texas, so Houston and Dallas are on the board, but I'm telling you, don't rule out Phoenix. I'm not ruling out Phoenix.
Tomo said Houston. That was his pick.
Yeah, I'm not
I
ruling
think you
out
said Houston and did you say Phoenix? Yeah, you said for Bill.
he because he threw a bill. I didn't want to
Oh,
start my soliloquy by that because everybody knows how I feel about Bradley Bill, so I wanted to kind of ease into it. But J-Mo beat me to the punch.
yeah.
So I could see them doing that because I think the relationship with the Suns is kind of wearing thin with Bradley Bill too. But he still got that no trade clause. So
Yeah, he ain't going to the Heat if Jimmy not there.
exactly, unless he just really won out of Phoenix. But he can either one out or he can pull what George Pickens did in his press conference too. So I don't know. We're gonna
All right.
move on to the next subject and we're gonna talk about one of your favorite